ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं तं तोटकं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मा पादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. So, we are studying the Mandukya Upanishad. This Mandukya Upanishad is divided into 4 prakaranas. We saw the whole Advaita Guru Parampara, and one point to understand here is that this knowledge of Advaita has been preserved. Lot of the rishis, many of them have done a lot of hard work to attain the knowledge also, to share, pass it on, protect it in difficult times. And if we see the Advaita Guru Parampara, which is there, the shloka that also we saw, so there is a very nice synthesis there of what the lineage starts with Bhagavan Narayana, no doubt, and as we saw that up to Shukdev ji is the Bindu Parampara, where the child, the father is the Guru and the child is the disciple. After Shukdev ji, from Gaudapada Acharya onwards, it is the Nada Parampara, where the knowledge is given, the initiation happens through Shabda, through the words, Shabda Pramana, the Upanishads and the Vedic knowledge. And the synthesis there, if you see, is Yoga Marg. Patanjali Maharshi wrote the Yoga Sutras. So Patanjali Maharshi is the Guru of Gaudapada Acharya ji. And we also find that Adi Shankaracharya ji himself is considered avatar of Bhagavan Shiva. So though the parampara may be a Vishnu parampara in that sense, but there is a synthesis. And it is also said that Bhagavan Vedavyas ji, Chiranjeevi, he met Gaudapadacharya ji, he met Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya also. In one such meeting, when Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya asked him that you have written the Brahma Sutras, but why have you not elaborated on them? So he said, one disciple of yours is going to do that, and that will be Bhagavan Shiva himself who will come in that form as a disciple, and he will write the commentary on the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, on the Brahma Sutra. And how will you recognize that student? So he said that you go on the banks of Narmada, you stay there. One student of yours will have the capability of capturing the Narmada in his Kamandal. So when Shankaracharya ji reaches there, he stays there. There was the flood in the Narmada, and his guru was in Samadhi. Immediately he filled the Narmada in his Kamandal. And Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya understood that this is the disciple. He is the disciple who has come, who is avatar of Bhagavan Shiva, and he is going to. So he explains to him. He stays there. Shankaracharya ji stays there, learns from the Guru, and then the Guru sends him to Kashi to write commentaries on the Prasthanatraya. So Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutra. So that way, in that parampara, we find the confluences there of Shivji also, Vishnu Bhagwan also, of Vedanta also, of Yoga also. Bhakti is anyway there. Vyasa Maharshi, Shukdev ji, they are Bhakti Acharyas, Bhagavatam, etc. they have given. So it's a very beautiful parampara, and the reason I am saying this is also because as far as Advaita is concerned and Advait Vedant, those of us who follow Advait Vedant have no conflict with anyone. Ultimately everything is anyway Brahman for a Vedantin. So there is no superiority, inferiority, this path is greater, that path is lesser, finally everybody will have to come here, so we are supreme, nothing. That is contrary to the very idea of Advaita, which is absolute oneness and there is no duality. And in this Advaita, the Upanishads which are revealed, as we know, many Upanishads, out of them 108 are supposed to be the principal, they are supposed to be the recognized Upanishads, and in that 10 are principal Upanishads on which Shankaracharya ji has written his commentary. In that, Mandukya has only 12 mantras, the shortest one, but the most powerful one, and this is divided into 4 Karikas. Gaudapadacharya ji has written the Karikas, otherwise the mantras are only 12. On those mantras the Karikas are written. Karikas are in form of shlokas, and they are called Karika because they cause a certain deeper understanding, they cause a certain clarity to be born, and the Karikas have specific purpose. So the first chapter, Agama Prakarana, is connected to the 12 mantras. The Karika is based on those 12 mantras. 29 Karikas are there, meaning 29 shlokas are there. Agama Prakarana. Agama means Veda. And so this Prakarana is called as Veda, that which has come down to us. Agama also means Gam, Gacchati. Agacchati means to come. A is the Upasarga. When we prefix Upasarga to the verbal root, then the meaning of that root will change. So Tishtha, Uttishta, like that. Ut is the Upasarga, like that. Gacchati, Agacchati. So Gam, Agam. Agam means that which has come to us through the tradition. Vedic knowledge is not a human creation. It is a revelation. As we saw, Anadi and Ananta are the Vedas, and they are not human creations, apaurushaya, and they have been passed on generation after generation. Vedavyasa Maharshi compiled them in the book form. So that which has come to us, that Vedic tradition, the essence of that Vedic tradition is Advaita Vedanta, to realize the Jiva Brahma Aikya. For that these 12 mantras are very, very potent, powerful. And so we have the revelation in these 12 mantras is the nature of the self, the Atma. And that Atma is that Brahman. That's what we call Jiva Brahma Aikya. Is the Brahman which is infinite, which is the substratum of the whole creation. So that is the first chapter, Agama Prakarana. And those 12 mantras have been elaborated by Gaudapadacharya in his 29 Karikas. So if one wants to study the Upanishad and get the gist of that, then the first chapter by itself is sufficient, complete in itself. Now the second, third and fourth, they are elaborations and they are to give more clarity, to remove certain doubts as well as to refute different standpoints of philosophy, not standpoints, usually different philosophies. Yeah. So the second chapter is the Vaitatya Prakarana and 38 Karikas are there on that. Now please remember, mantra is what is revealed by Bhagwan himself, and this Mandukya Upanishad, the Rishi is Mandukya Rishi in the lineage of a Rishi called Manduka. So Manduka Rishi, in his lineage comes this Rishi called Mandukya. Mandukya literally means frog. Manduka means frog, and so in the lineage of the Manduka Rishi is Mandukya Rishi. So Mandukya Upanishad. To him the mantras are revealed. Vedic mantra it is called. Vedic shloka we will never say. In the Gita there will be shlokas. Set of shlokas put together will become stotram or stuti. Karika are shlokas. So mantras are revealed to Mandukya Rishi. On that Karikas are there of Gaudapadacharya ji. So as we said, 38 in the second chapter, 29 in the first chapter. On those on the mantra as well as on the Karika, Shankaracharya ji's Bhashya is there. Means commentary. That is what we are going to study. So the second chapter is Vaitatya Prakarana. Tatha means this way. Vitatha means not in this way. So Vaitatya means what? It means falsehood. Not like this. Means rejection. Of what? The whole Srishti. The falsehood of creation. Nama and Rupa. Falsehood. It is not real only. So 38 verses. One dismisses the creation. Now one may say, that means there will be a blank. The whole creation only is not there, means nothing, there is shunya. So there is a need which is felt to establish the self. Ki Nama and Rupa are mithya, and they don't even, they are not even there. Forget mithya. Mithya means at least it is there. It is not there only. Then one may say there is nothing then. No, there is a substratum, that is the self. So the third chapter, that is the Advaita Prakarana. To establish the non-duality, to establish the self and to say that there is the self and what is the nature and all that details will come. 48 verses. I am saying, please remember again, these are karikas, mantras are only 12, and with Agama Prakarana the 12 mantras, karikas are over. But what is revealed in that is elaborated for our clarity and conviction through the rest of the 3 chapters. So Vaitatya Prakarana will negate Nama and Rupa. Because till we consider that as real, the mind will run behind the world of objects. So Vivek has to be done, Vairagya has to come, and more one thinks about some of these karikas are very powerful. One can reflect on it. It will generate Vairagya. Then the 3rd chapter is clear establishment that there is Brahman, there is Atman, what is the nature of that, how you are that, those details. Advaita Prakarana. Then last one is Alata Shanti Prakarana. 100 verses. So in this, different schools of philosophy are refuted. Not by just Advaitic Siddhant, by the flaw in that philosophy itself. That where that philosophy is having a limitation or a loophole or a flaw. So that because many of those will support Dvaita, duality. Now again we should remember, when a philosophy is refuted, it is not out of dvesha, out of hatred or out of some superiority, ours is the greatest, yours is lower and we reject you. Please, there is no such bhav. We should remember this. Bharat's tradition has been Vad, Vivad, Samvad. And the purpose of that is to know the truth. As you saw earlier, we described that in the Muktikopanishad itself it is said, Mandukyam ekam eva alam. If one wants to know the absolute truth, then Mandukya Upanishad is enough to know the absolute truth, to discover Kaivalya Mukti, which is absolute oneness. But before Bhagwan explains Kaivalya Mukti to Hanumanji in Muktikopanishad, Bhagwan Ram also explains many other levels of Mukti. Salokya Mukti, Sarupya Mukti, Samipya Mukti, Sayujya Mukti, all that he has explained, which means that there is a relative level of reality which is accepted, and certain levels of Mukti are attained as per one's preparation, adhikara, purity of mind. The highest being Kaivalya Mukti, where absolutely no difference at all. So the purpose is to understand this, that how Advaita, because the word Advaita itself is to say no duality. There is no way to define the truth. Gurudev always used to say, to define the truth is to defile the truth. Truth cannot be defined, in the sense it is not a concept. It cannot be limited by any definition. Even the words infinite, unlimited, they are all just pointers. They are not definitions. Technically, if one says the definition of the truth, there is nothing called definition of truth. There is only pointers to the truth, absolute truth we are talking about. So Advaita means no duality. That state which remains when all duality is negated is the indescribable non-dual state. So this is the refutation of the philosophies, using the philosophy itself and showing that this is the thought process of this and this is the limitation. So also another is to show how the Dvaita theories contradict each other. Through both these, this Alata Shanti Prakarana will again establish why non-duality is to be ultimately discovered. Now, what is the meaning of Alata? Alata is firebrand, you know, the sparkle. Now, Upanishad itself is having a whole prakarana called Alata Shanti Prakarana, Gaudapada Acharyaji's time, which is again historically not possible to put down very clearly, as well as their age. See, one thing we should remember, that all these great Mahatmas, we should not fit them within the limit of our logic. Ki how can a human being live so many years? Don't try to fit them into human logic, because human logic and science is very limited. The powers that come through yogic practice, Anugrah Bhagwan, are not describable. So their bodies also will be very different. They won't be just like our bodies. Their pranayam abhyas, their yoga sadhanas, they are very different powers. And so their bodies will be there for a long time. Like Vedavyas is a Chiranjeevi. Till the end of the Kalpa he will be there. Now Vedavyas ji has met all the three. Gaudapada Acharya ji also, Govinda Bhagavad Pada also, Shankaracharya ji also. So, Gaudapada Acharya ji wrote Alata Shanti Prakarana. Alata is the sparkles. And people say that crackers were discovered in China. Our Upanishad is mentioning about Alata Shanti. That you know the sparkle, when you do round, you will see a circle being formed. Is the circle really there? Whichever shape you do, as children we used to make so many shapes, and then very fascinating, it is Deepavali time. So the circle, I am just giving an example of circle, Purnatvam. So when you form a circle, then there is you see how there is a circle there. But is it really there? It is not there. You stop rotating, finished. There is no circle. His mind is going on. The world appears real. You quieten the mind, Srishti only is gone, disappeared. And every night we have that experience unconsciously, obviously, in deep sleep. Mind is not active, world is not experienced. Mind is active, world is experienced. When we come out from that deep sleep to dream, to waking, then see the world. So it's a vibration, it's a play of the mind, projection of the mind. So Alata Shanti Prakarana means that in the case of this Alata, we go round, then you can stop immediately. Case of mind, it may not happen like that. We have to slow down the mind, then it can stop. It may stop abruptly by sudden shock, possible, but that will be for a short while, very split second maybe. Suddenly somebody is shocked, stunned, benumbed, few seconds. You can't sustain. But if one has done this process of sadhana, what we have discussed earlier, karma yoga, upasana, that is the method to purify the mind, unify the mind, slow it down. And then in contemplation, transcend the mind only. This is the process of turning inward. When we say inward, means that all external sadhanas will drop. Mean that in the sense of equipments also will go. In Karma Yoga, I may serve somebody, I may give some food, I may give some clothes, medicine, whatever seva I may do the duties towards my family, dedicating it to Bhagavan, all that. So there is karma, action involved, duality is still there, things I am using. Upasana, little more internal, little more subtler. I sit quietly, withdraw the senses, focus on one support, alambana. If I am doing japa, I may use a mala. After some time, mala is also put and only manasik japa. So physically nothing is happening, no equipment, nothing one is using, turned within. Then when the mind has become single pointed, with that mind one contemplates Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. contemplate, and at some point one drops the mind only. I am not the mind. Using the mind, one is dropping the mind. And then a stage comes when mind has disappeared, is not even there. That's Alata Shanti. Then who am I? I am that truth which was enlivening the mind. I was, I am, and I will always be that truth only. Mind appears in me, disappears, appears, disappears. That is the play of the Prakriti, it is going on. So that is called Alata Shanti, where one has quietened completely to realize that the mind is a fictitious entity. And if mind is a fictitious entity, then creation is also fictitious only, is not real. But this cannot be negated literally, physically. If one thinks that there is no creation, matlab this will not exist, it is not like that. Certain types of illusions will continue to remain. Only we have to know that it is an illusion, and our whole perception of it will change. And of course one can withdraw and experience that complete absence of everything and remain in that state of quietude, samadhi. Then actually creation has gone, disappeared. So that is Alata Shanti. The example for an illusion which continues to persist even though I know is an illusion is like the blueness of the sky or the water mirage in the desert. They will not disappear because our senses have a limitation. We will see the sky as blue only. But we should know that there is no blueness there. And one should know there is no mirage, so there is no water there. It's only a mirage. This is an appearance of water. So then I will not run towards it. So Alata Shanti is that where the mind has become totally silent, then what do you experience? So 100 verses are there of that. Now these are the 4 prakaranas. We will be following the Gita Press edition of Mandukya Upanishad Shankar Bhashya. I am sharing here the soft copy. My suggestion is, if you would like to, please buy this. This is the book, Mandukya Upanishad. Code number is 69. If you go to Gita Press website also, you search Mandukya Upanishad, you can order. It will come online or any outlet you can get. This is, of course, this is mantra, karika and the Hindi translation. There may be English translation. If you want English one, then you have to, our Gurudev's commentary is definitely there that you can follow. There may be, like Ramakrishna Mission also has the Swami Gambhiranandaji's translation in of the Shankar Bhashya of Mandukya Upanishad. So that way, whichever one you want, you can procure. But we will be following this. So today, for now, I am going to share this PDF file. I will put this up also in the group, but my suggestion still is, please buy the book. It will be helpful, as well as we should support the Gita Press. Most noble work they have been doing to preserve our literature and make it available to the masses at such most bare minimum cost, and ensure that revival of Sanatana Dharma happens. So this is how it begins there. Tat Sat Brahmane Namaha. So Om Tat Sat, these are the 3 words written in the, mentioned in the Gita also, that anything which is incomplete becomes complete when you remember. Each of these are pointers of the self. Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha trividha brahmana smritaha. That's the verse in the Gita. So he starts with that. So one can start with Om Tat Sat, one can end with Om Tat Sat also. Om Tat Sat Brahmane Namaha. Mandukya Upanishad, Gaudapad Padiya Karika, Mantra Artha, Shankara Bhashya or Bhashya Artha Sahit. So this is what it is, the Upanishad, then the Karikas of Gaudapada Acharya ji, the meaning of the mantras of the Upanishad, then the Bhashya of Shankaracharya ji on the mantra as well as on the Karika. That's what is written, Bhashya Artha Sahit. Then there is a nice shloka on Omkar. The theme of Mandukya Upanishad is Omkar, and through the analysis of waking, dream, deep sleep and Turiya, Atman is revealed. So there is a very nice shloka. Jagradaditrayonmuktam Jagradadimayam tatha Omkaraika susamvedyam yatpadam tannamamyaham. See, such a nice shloka which says, what is that state? Yat padam tan namamyaham. I bow down to or I salute that state of consciousness. What is that state of consciousness? Indicated by the word Omkar. Omkar eka susamvedyam. That Omkar alone has to be known. That is the goal of life. And what is that Omkar? Jagrad Adi Traya Unmuktam. The state which is beyond waking, dream, deep sleep state. Meaning in which there are no experiences, finite experiences of the waking, dream and deep sleep. In which there is no duality of the experiencer, experienced and the experience. This triputty is not there. That pure state of consciousness which is beyond all change, indicated by Omkar, that has to be realized. And what is that Omkar? Is not only that state of consciousness beyond the three states, but it is that same truth which is appearing as the whole creation also. If I see the creation, consciousness is the cause. If I don't, then consciousness alone is. In either situation, consciousness alone is. I am actually experiencing consciousness every moment. Just that I am not aware. I don't know that this is consciousness only. I am seeing name and form. Like how we are seeing actually gold, but we are calling that as bangle or earring or anklet, but you are seeing gold. Same way, one is actually seeing water, but one is calling that small wave, big wave, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean. Those are labels. But what is the truth? Is only the gold or the water there. Same way, we are actually seeing only consciousness. There is only one truth, but not aware of it, identified with the BMI. Then we think Nam and Roop is real. So then, what is the whole Srishti? That is Jagradadi Mayam Tatha. Omkara is only appearing as the whole Srishti, and Omkar is beyond Srishti also. So Omkar is understood in two levels. One as an alambanam, as a support to make the mind quiet, as a sound symbol. Etadalambanam Shreshtam, Etadalambanam Param is Kathopanishad mantra. That this Omkar is the alamban, supreme alamban, supreme support in Upasana to make the mind quiet. Chant Om. And remember, Om is Sagun Nirakar Upasana. What is the meaning of Sagun Nirakar Upasana? So Upasanas are to make the mind single pointed, and the Upasanas have to be taken up as per the mental qualification of the student. So there is a most fundamental form of Upasana which is Sagun Sakar Upasana. The form of Bhagavan and the name of Bhagavan, that is the modern prevalent form of Upasana, easier form of Upasana, where there will be a form, and even in that there are 5 major forms, Panchayatana it is called. So Shiva, Devi, Ganesha, Vishnu, Surya, 5. If you add Kartikeya, Shanmukha, 6. All the other forms will be below these forms only. Choose one form, one name, and do the upasana, build one relationship, start doing upasana, remembering that form, doing the mantra japa, offering actions to the Supreme Lord in that form. Then that is Saguna Sakar Upasana, where Bhagwan, infinite consciousness, appears as a form, has a name. Sagun Nirakar Upasana is Shabda Upasana, where there is no form, there is only attributes. So in the earlier one, form is there, name is there, Sakar and Sagun, that Ishvara is, each form has its own qualities. Apart from Ishvara being most kind, compassionate, equanimous and equal to all those are general attributes, plus each form has its own special attribute. So this Saguna, Sakar. Again, these are forms revealed by Bhagwan in the Veda. They are not human created. With that Shraddha, one does the Upasana, and many Mahatmas have had the darshan of those forms. So when I have body identification, I need Sagun Sakar. When I don't have that much body identification and I have enough Vairagya, where my mind is trained so that I don't need only pictures, then Omkar is the Nada Upasana. It is sound Upasana. Nada Brahma is Omkar. So when one chants Om, 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 no form comes in the mind. And the mind straight away thinks about the source of the creation, that infinite truth which appears as the whole Srishti. Mind thinks of that. That is Nada Upasana. So that is Sagun Nirakar Upasana. Omkar technically has no form. A, U, Ma, alphabets are there and they indicate the 3 states that we will see in the Upanishad. But that, if you see, it will be O, A plus U becomes O and then That's all. That is how Om is. Some Rishi, great master or somebody, to them some form maybe have been revealed, then it has become like that, Om, what we write today. But actually, so then it becomes Sagun Sakar only then. Ideally the Omkar Upasana is Shabda Upasana, form doesn't come in the mind and one just chants. That is for single pointedness. So there Omkar is a method, medium or a means to make the mind single pointed. And the understanding is Omkar is that consciousness which appears as the whole Srishti. So Omkar pervades the whole Srishti. That the mantra will also say. In the Upanishad the mantra will say that. And then third Upasana is the Nirgun Nirakar Upasana, where one takes the pointers of the truth, Aja, Avyaya, Avinashi, and contemplates on that, or uses that to make the mind single pointed and then contemplates on it. So 3 levels of Upasana. When the mind has become ready, when one is contemplating on Omkar as pure consciousness beyond the 3 states, as the true nature of mind, that is the transcendental nature of Omkar, where there is no Srishti, there is no Jiva, Jagat, Jagadishvara. That pure consciousness is Omkar. So that is what the Upanishad will reveal. Both the aspects of Omkar, the Upanishad is going to reveal. So Jagradadi Traya Unmuktaha, free from the finite experiences of waking, dream, deep sleep. That is the transcendental nature of Omkar. Jagradadi Mayam Tatha, and it is that which is pervading the whole Srishti also. In the sense of waking, dream, deep sleep is appearance of consciousness only, and even as sound. Omkar pervades the whole Srishti as sound also. Whole Srishti is nothing but sound vibration, and all sound vibrations are covered under the alphabets up to Ma in Sanskrit. More of it we will see as we see the mantras, but for now this much is the introduction about the theme of the Upanishad is Om. And so the study starts with this shloka. Then there is a Shanti part. So the Shanti part is always chanted by the student and the teacher together, invoking the grace of Bhagwan to tune up our mind, to have the right attitudes. And the purpose of the Shanti mantra also is, so together we are praying for peace to be there from the cosmic forces, from the beings around, from subjective disturbances, so that we are able to understand the Upanishad when we listen to it with full preparation, single pointedness, then realization is instant. And so every Upanishad has Shanti mantras. Some of the Upanishads, if you see, so the certain Upanishads of a particular Veda will have common Shanti mantra. So Atharva Veda, Kaivalya Upanishad, this Mandukya Upanishad, you will find they have the same Shanti mantra, Bhadram Karnebhi Shunayama Devaha. Like that you will find the Yajurveda Upanishad will have Sahana Bhavatu, or it will have Shanno Mitra Shamvarunaha. Samaveda will have Apyayantu Mama Angani, Vak Pranas Chakshu Shrotra Matho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani. Those are, so Upanishads in Samaveda will have that Shanti mantra. So here this is the very common one, many people know it, but we should know that this is a Vedic mantra, Shanti mantra, invoking peace, no doubt, but it should be chanted properly, as far as possible with the Vedic intonations. If a person chants appropriately with the Vedic intonations, the effect, the vibrations, everything is very different. So, for example, even Sahana Bhavatu, it's a Vedic mantra, it has notations. If there is no notation on it, that means it has to be chanted, that is called Swarita, in a normal pitch. Then if there is one horizontal line above, one vertical line above, then that has to go up, Udatta it is called. If there is a horizontal line below, Anudatta. And if there are two lines above, that is called Pluta, that vowel has to be elongated. So if we say Sahana Bhavatu, then how it is chanted? Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu. That's the Vedic chanting. Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vedic chanting. Many people don't do that way. Very nicely one chants musically. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai. If you sing like that, by the end of it, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Happily go to sleep because it sounds nice like a lullaby. Chant the mantra with very great level of alertness. Shanti mantra is to create alertness. It is not meant for uh, just chanting for formality, or just signifying the beginning of a class, and Purnamada signifies end of the class. These are Shanti mantras. Each of them have powerful meaning. It can reveal oneness with Bhagavan also. Purnamada is that to reveal Purnata. Some Shanti mantras are meant for preparation. Some are revealing the truth only. So, the Shanti mantra has to be chanted with proper intonation. Let me just share with you the intonation for the Shanti mantra of this Upanishad. So we learn it with the intonations, and we will chant every week with the intonation itself. So where to get the intonations? Ramakrishna Mission has published, Chinmay Mission also has some of the mantra, Vedic mantra, Suktam, etc. in a proper intonation. You can use those books. Mantra Pushpam of Ramakrishna Mission is one of the very important books that one can have. So here is the mantra. So you see the notations are there. Bha, there is a line down. Karne, there is a vertical line above. Then Shrunu, Nu, horizontal line below. Ma, vertical line above. So how will one chant this? Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarksho arishtanemihi Swasti no Brahaspatir dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This is the Vedic way to chant. There is difference in some of the pronunciation, North Indian type, South Indian type, and different shakhas and all that. And so some of them you will see they won't pronounce Sha. So they will say Swastina Pukha Vishwaveda. Like if you see North India, many of them will chant like that. Even Sahasra Shir Shah, Purusha, they won't say Purusha, they'll say Purukha. That's a chanting Bheda they have taken up, but the Sanskrit language is Purusha only, there is no Purukha. Many times you must have heard the first two lines in this. Any ritual they want to do, they don't know what is the mantra, they just simply start chanting this. Kuch bhi, if you see any of the movies, serials, anything, they will start chanting this. Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwaveda. It go on like that. Ideally, there's nothing wrong if one chants a Shanti mantra on any occasion, nicely one can chant, but one should know what is to be used where and how it is to be chanted. If one doesn't know all those things, then that's how the culture has declined, because one has not learnt these things, one has not passed it on, and then one has taken liberties. So this is the Vedic mantra, Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaha. What does this mantra say? So first of all, this mantra, what is it doing? It is doing 5 things. First, it is praying for arogya, good health. How these 5 things are being done, we'll explain through the mantra, but these are the 5 things being done. One is praying for arogya, good health of the body, mind, intellect. Second, it is praying for our experience to be bhadram, mangal, auspicious. Third, it is asking for pratibandha nivritti, any obstacles, any problems which can arise or which are there, freedom from them so that I can study well and discover the truth. So arogya, mangal anubhav, pratibandha nivritti, then seeking anugraha Bhagwan as well as devatas. The devatas are presiding deities of the whole Srishti, phenomenal forces which govern various aspects of the Srishti, as well as the functioning of this BMI and its various components. So eyes, Surya Devata is a presiding deity, Chakshusha Suryaha, tongue, Varuna, Rasanayaha Varunaha, Varun Devata is presiding deity of the tongue, Shrotrasya Dig Devata, like that, Granasya Ashvinau, Tvacho Vayuhu. So these are presiding deities who govern the functioning of this equipment. Manaso Devata Chandrama, Moon is the presiding deity of the mind. So they are governing the forces in the nature as well as the individual. So we seek their anugraha, that may these things function well and so that we are able to study. They are not controlling. Suppose you say Hastayoho Indraha. Indra is the presiding deity of the hands. And you go and slap somebody. Don't say, Swamiji, Indra Bhagwan made me slap, it is not in my control. After all, he is the deity. Don't say that. They are only presiding in the sense how electricity enlivens the car, electric car. Now you go and bang the car somewhere, then don't say electricity did it. You are the driver. So it's like that. So we are praying from presiding deities that please your anugrah be on us, also so that we use the equipment rightly for knowledge and not give some excuses. So it is anugrah of Ishvara himself as well as the devatas. Devatas function under Ishvara. Devatas are, please remember, devatas are jivas. And these jivas, they are more meritorious jivas than us, but they are finally jiva only, finite limited beings. Indra, Varuna, Vayu, Agni, these are all positions in which a meritorious jiva will come and do service as well as enjoy the punya they have accumulated in the Devalok. And when their term is over, another jiva will come. So they have powers, but they are not ultimate. There is nothing more, there is no greater power than infinite consciousness, and which appears using the Maya Shakti as Ishvara, as Bhagwan, creator. Creator, sustainer, destroyer, that same Ishvara, one truth. Has many devatas to take care of the Srishti. More we will see as we go along. So that is the fourth thing. What are the four? Arogya, Mangal Anubhav, Pratibandha Nivritti, Anugraha. And fifth is Shanti. One is praying for peace from all the levels. So today we will just see the basic literal meaning. Little more detail we will go into tomorrow. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shunuyama Devaha. O Devatas, may we listen to what is auspicious. Bhadram Pashye Makshabhir Yajatraha. O worshipful ones, Yajatraha. Bhadram Pashyema. May we see what is auspicious. So may we hear what is auspicious, may we see what is auspicious, By implications, all our senses may they engage in auspiciousness. Your homework is to think what is auspicious. Simple question. What is auspicious? Think about it. When we are praying, may my senses see and hear auspicious, and by implication all the other taste, smell, touch, auspicious, think auspicious. What is auspicious? So Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubhihi. With hale, hearty, healthy limbs may I live offering praises. Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam. Praise with good. Sthirairangai means steady, firm, meaning health of the organs and everything is good. Tushtuvagam, pray, means sing your glories. Sastanubhihi, the whole body, one is each limb of the body should be good and overall health of the body should be good. See, these are also visualizations. These are powerful nowadays. What they say, auto-suggestion, visualization, and with that you can manifest the reality, and what you think about you will manifest and all that. This is much beyond that, much before. These are to understand, visualize. The auto-suggestion, may my body be healthy, may my limbs be healthy. One visualizes it also, one prays to Bhagavan. And for what one is using it? Not to manifest something finite, that all has been done. Now one wants to realize the truth. So one is using the body for that. So, Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitam Yad Ayuhu. In this way, in a healthy way, seeking the Supreme, worshipping the Divine, may I spend my time, my life, whatever is destined as per my karma. Vyashema Devahitam. Devahitam here does not mean that some Indra is controlling your lifespan. Devahitam meaning Bhagavan is the karma phaladata. As per my karmas, what I came here to exhaust, suppose my life is 80 years, let us say. Then may those 80 years be healthy, happy, serving Bhagavan, praying to the Lord, singing His glories and realizing the truth. Not one day more, not one day less I want to live. No, mujhe aur thoda time de do. Nothing. When the time comes to go, bye-bye. Gone. So, Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. So, the Shanti mantra is actually divided into two parts. One, so some of them will chant only this much. And as I said, some people chant the second part. Swastina, Indro, Vriddashrava, all that. So, the second part is the specific prayer to the deities. That may Indra be auspicious to us. Swastina, Indro, Vriddashravaha. Indra is the most ancient, meaning he is the king of gods. May Indra be gracious to us, auspicious to us. Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha. May Pusha, Surya Bhagavan, who is all-knower, Vishwavedaha, who is omniscient, may that Surya be gracious to us. Then Swastina Tarksho Arishtanemihi. So one meaning of Tarksha is Garudji. So may Garuda be auspicious to us. Another meaning of Tarksha is the wind. So may Vayu be auspicious to us. And who is, so that Tarksha is Arishtanemi. Arishtanemi means one who is the destroyer of the enemies. Swastina Tarksho Arishtanemi, who helps us from anything harmful. Arishtanemihi. And Swastino Brihaspati Dadhatu. And may Brihaspati, the Guru of Devatas, meaning the Guru Tattva, be auspicious to us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace from cosmic forces, from the beings around, from subjective disturbances. So basic meaning of Shanti Mantra we have seen. Little more detail we will go into. And then we will also see the invocation verses that Shankaracharya ji has written, and that's why you must have this book with you. Please procure it. These are two Mangalacharans that Shankaracharya ji has written before he writes his commentary. 1 and 2. These also we will take up in our next satsang. And then starts actually the Sambandha Bhashya, the introductory portion of the commentary of Shankaracharya ji. So all this we will take up in this sequence. All right. For today we stop here. Any questions you can ask?
Hari Om Swamiji. This is with reference to our previous session where you had told us that Parashar Smriti is suggested for Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
So Bhagavad Gita, that is Gita, is also a Smriti Grantha, right?
Yes.
And what about that? I mean, isn't Bhagavad Gita suggested for Kali Yuga?
So we have to understand that the Gita is a general principle text available for us in leading our lives, and Gita is also a moksha shastra. It's not only a dharma shastra, it is a moksha shastra. It does not go into a lot of specifics of vyavahar and achar. Some few only you will find in terms of food, speech, instructions on how to do work, all those things. These specific smritis like Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti or Parashar Smriti, they will go into lot of specifics in terms of dress, food, conduct, which action will give what result, and what prayaschitta one should do if one commits a particular sin, and what is the nitya karma, what is the naimittik karma, what are the duties of every varna. So Gita gives very generally, not complete details. So the proper details when one wants, one has to refer to these smritis. And that's why those are said to be the smritis for the Kali Yuga. That does not mean that one should not refer to the Gita. Gita also. See, we have to remember one thing, that when it is said that for Kali Yuga, Parashar Smriti is the Smriti, the purpose of the Smriti also we need to know. Purpose of Smriti is to adapt the teachings of the Veda to the present, to that particular time.
Correct. The eternal principles should be followed, considering this
like scenario, the change.
Yeah.
So Gita gives eternal principles, which you can apply anytime. This specific adaptation you will find, like what is given in Manusmriti is supposed to follow in Satyuga, and it was being followed also, and the Vyavastha is like that. Not that today we cannot follow or should not follow or it is wrong, no. But many of those things we will not be able to understand, or we will misunderstand, or we will not be able to apply in today's context. So Parashar Smriti, and even Parashar Smriti, Kali Yuga 2000 years have passed already. Now even that Smriti can't be taken only literally. So people like Vidyaranya Swami have even written commentary to make us understand, okay, this is how you should live this in this age. 700 years ago he wrote. अब 700 years ago से आज तक तो बहुत परिवर्तन और भी हो गया. So that's the purpose of the Smriti. So one can follow Gita, no doubt, but as a Smriti proper, then it will be said this is the Smriti for this age, and please, if one wants to follow, should take up some guidance from there.
We can say then that Bhagavad Gita is a more modernized version as compared to Parashar Smriti. Can we say that? No, no?
It is definitely adaptations are there in that. As I said, principles are there, so it is a more long-lasting guide. Because the specifics are not the specifics are time bound, and so those specifics are not there in such detail in the Gita, so it is much more relevant over a long period of time also. So, and yes, people like Gurudev, when they have interpreted certain things of the Gita for our modern life, then it becomes much more relevant. Like see in the Gita when it said Annad Bhavanti Bhutani Parjanyad Anna Sambhavaha, that whole cycle in the third chapter, if you read Gurudev's commentary, it becomes so relevant today, where he says Devata is a productive potential, Yajna is a hard work, teamwork that everybody does for a selfless cause, and rain is the success and the result that one attains. Now that is the adaptation for today, because today if you read that Annad Bhavanti Bhutani just like that, one won't understand only, one will say, what is this given here? That Yajna will create rain. How can Yajna create rain? Now modern people will think all that. So adaptation has to be done even for that, and explanation has to be given. But those are much lesser than the actual Smriti in terms of the Parashar Smriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, etc. So that way one can say it is for modern time, one can apply Gita. Once you start studying the Gita, applying the Gita, one's life will definitely transform. Then one feels the need, then go to the specific Smriti also.
Okay, thank you, Swamiji.
Right. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
This is Bharti Mahasatya. I heard about what you explained about the karikas, but exact meaning of the word karika means what?
Karayati, that which causes a certain understanding, clarity, that is called karika.
And that, like as you told, explained that karikas are more elaborated. They elaborate the details of the mantra.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Swamiji, Hari Om. Last time you said that all the Mahatmas still live in the subtle form.
Not all, some of them live in subtle forms.
I thought, Swamiji, Bhagavan Vedavyas is a Chiranjeevi, whereas many of the Mahatmas are Jivan Muktas. So, I mean, how is it that they live in the subtle form?
See, we have to understand the Kalpa is a huge span of time. 1000 Chaturyugis is one day of Brahmaji. So when we say Chiranjeevi, Vedavyasji is a Chiranjeevi for one day of Brahmaji. Then again that Vedavyasji will change. So he is having that long span of time, 4.32 billion years. Some of these Mahatmas will not be that much time. They may be 10,000 years, 20,000 years. They will live like that for a certain purpose. So like Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya, he waited for 1,000 years for Shankaracharya ji to come. That's what the tradition says. 1,000 years he is waiting. And when that purpose is over, they may drop the body, or they may continue to keep the body for some more purpose to fulfill that divine will, and they are instruments of Ishvara, they will know that. Jivan Mukta does not necessarily mean one will always remain in subtle form. A Jivan Mukta can drop the body, and as we know the meaning of Jivan Mukta is Jivan Eva Muktaha. So their prarabdha, agami, sanchita, everything is gone, finished. That when the dropping of the body happens, everything is gone. So nothing remains. But if Ishvara Srishti, Ishvara Ichha is there, then the subtle body will be continuing. Subtle form also may continue, but they have no tadatmya with it. And that is what we call as the Badhita Ahankar, which is there even while they are living. The body's prarabdha is going on. And so they have anasakti bhav towards it. That Jivan Mukta can remain in a form by Ishwaricha in subtle form, or can drop. Anyway, they are one with Ishvara. They are Brahman. So every Santa who is in subtle form need not be a Jivan Mukta, and every Jivan Mukta doesn't necessarily stay in a subtle form. There are yogis who can remain in subtle form for a long time. They may not be Jivan Mukta. But they can extend their life for a very long time with all yoga abhyas and all that, but necessarily not Jivan Mukta. Example, Changdev. How many years he lived? That doesn't mean that he is a Jivan Mukta. So they are all different levels, and some of them will mix also. Jivan Mukta also will retain in subtle form. Sometimes Jivan Mukta will not have a form. Sometimes there is a great yogi in a subtle form but not a Jivan Mukta. And sometimes it's Jivan Mukta with subtle form for a certain duration. Sometimes it's like Veda Vyasji who is there for all kalpa. So Srishti is very vast, and so all permutations, combinations may be there.
Hari Om, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Swamiji, I wanted to ask you, you told that the Yajatra is the name of Devtas, is it?
Yeah, worshipful ones. The Devatas have been addressed as the worshipful ones. Yaj Dhatu means to worship. Yajatraha means oh worshipful ones. So it is generally addressing all the Devatas. Like the first line is saying Bhadram Karnebi Shrunuyama Devaha. It's not a particular Deva. Third line onwards, the Indra and Surya, etc., specific Devatas are being addressed. The first line is saying Devaha, meaning all the Devatas. And the same Devaha is, they are called as Yajatraha, or worshipful ones.
And Tarksha means the wind Devta, is it?
Tarksha, one meaning is wind, and the other is Garuda.
Yes.
Both meanings
Thank
it
you.
has. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Please also read the commentary of Puja Gurudev on the invocation verse. That is the Shanti Mantra. The commentary of Gurudev you can read in the Mandukya Upanishad. Hari Om.